Good morning, everyone. Whew, I need coffee. It's not even morning, it's like straight up 11.
Hi, I'm Christina Sherilyn, and I'm a vintage reseller, which means I rummage through people's unwanted items and find the most amazing vintage pieces to give them a second chance. I love styling up vintage clothing in a modern way, investigating the history of each piece, and most of all, I love the treasure hunt. So follow along on my journey and let's see what we can find.
I slept in so much. I had such a long weekend. I've just been I feel like I've been nonstop for like days and I haven't just like sat and relaxed. I still have mascara on. What am I doing? Anyways, there was definitely supposed to be a video out. There was definitely supposed to be a video out on Friday and Saturday, but that didn't happen because my floating shelves did not get hung. We had my niece's birthday party on Saturday, and yesterday was kind of chaotic as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start this morning. I have a couple DIY projects I want to get done so that we can decorate in there. I need to do some organizing in there. I'll go ahead and show you my inventory setup and what's going on with that, and then we will get to the decor portion later on in the video. Alright, so if you've been on the internet at all lately, you have seen this DIY trend. It's where you take paint and you mix baking soda with it, and it's supposed to make this really cool like pottery ceramic texture. Really cool texture. People are doing it on glass, on regular pottery that they find at the thrift store that's just ugly and they want to update. There's a fly in here. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so we're going to do that today. This vase I've had forever. I picked it up a long time ago because I really love the texture on it, but I don't love that it's glass. I do love the shape of it and I want to put it in my room, but I want to paint it this kind of tan, kind of cream, almost a little bit apricot color with that texture. So we're just going to see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to go. I did little to no research on this, so let's just do it. Let's just see what happens, you know? What's the worst that could happen? I ruin it? That's not the worst. All right, lay down some paper. We're gonna we're gonna lay down some paper so I don't ruin the table. Because you know. All right, so I've been watching Exo McKenna. She's a DIY channel on YouTube, and she was saying that the best way is to mix 1 part paint, 1.5 parts baking soda. And she said baking soda is the best. I know there's a lot of tutorials for like cornstarch and like other mixing agents, but how should I do this? We're just gonna wing it. I don't think this is gonna take that much paint, to be honest. We're gonna do that. I think that's plenty. That's probably way too much, but here we go. All right. So I've got my paint. Now I'm gonna take my baking soda and we're gonna scoop some in. I'm really excited for this. I hope this turns out well, to be honest, because I really love this trend. I love the look of it. I'm excited to put it in my room. If I can get this baking soda open. Sorry, the camera's so shaky. I'm shaking the table. And you guys are propped up on a salt shaker. Oh. Okay. All right. Is this baking soda? Yes. Okay. To make sure. It seemed a little thin. All right. So we're going to we're just eyeballing this, to be completely honest with you, because I have no idea. This may be way too much baking soda. Questionable. All right, so got my baking soda in there. Now we're just gonna stir. Oh wow. Oh, she's thick. I might have to add more paint. A little nervous. These DIY channels always make this stuff look so easy. Like they're not just like stressed out the whole time that it's not gonna work. And like, how do you know if you're doing it right? I guess you don't know. That's the point. I'm just overthinking it per usual. Okay, I think I want to add just a tiny, I thought I was going to have to add more paint, but honestly, I think I want to add more baking soda. My too much gene is coming out already. Oh god. Okay, I think that's plenty, and now I've got baking soda all over the table. Good thing nobody's here. I'll clean it up. Don't tell anyone. Okay, so this is the consistency that it's at. Looks pretty good. So now we're just gonna slap this. Ooh, it's getting thick. All right, hopefully this is good because that's what we've got. All right, I'm just gonna use, everybody uses paintbrushes. I hope it doesn't matter. I don't have paintbrushes, like a paintbrush. I just have these little things because they're cheap and I just get them all the time when I go to Walmart. So let's just paint this on here. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, she's thick. We may need to add more paint. But honestly, it's giving me a texture that I really love, so I ain't mad about the thickness, to be honest. I feel like I probably added too much baking soda, but I feel like the more baking soda you add, the more textured it is. Like, look how textured. Yes, this is gonna work. I'm so excited. Love this color too. I just kind of went for it. I was gonna mix it with something, but I'm loving it, thank God, because I totally forgot to mix it with like white. I was gonna lighten it up a little bit, but I'm loving this. All right, so I'm gonna bring you guys in for a little close-up. This is what it's looking like so far. I can still see the glass through it, so I think I'm gonna let it dry for a minute and then come back and do a second coat. So far it's working though, and I really like the texture of it. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to dry and I will see you guys for a second coat. All right, so I'm just going in right now and just kind of touching up these spots where you can see the glass still. I know a lot of people used like Home Depot paint. I'm just using some basic acrylic paint that you can get at like Walmart for like 80 cents. So I feel like that is making a difference, especially on glass. I feel like it would stick better to like ceramic or something like that. But I'm just having to go in with some extra coats. I do love the way that it's turning out and I do love the texture. I think next time I do this, I will use a brush because the sponge is a little bit difficult to work with. And now I understand why people are not using sponges. So duly noted, you live and learn, but I like the way that it's turning out and I think it's going to look really nice when we're done. 1 week later. Alrighty, my shelves are finally up. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with the top of this because this is gonna be where all of my shipping stuff is, and obviously there's a gap right here. I feel like I need to put something here to bring some height to it. We're gonna deal with that later, but I've already started styling the shelves. I'm not dead set on this look, but I am loving the way it's coming together. What I'm trying to do is just layer things at different heights so it gives it dimension. It doesn't look like it's too crowded. They're small shelves, so I'm trying to make the most of them, but I'm not trying to overcrowd them. So that's what I'm doing with the whole different sizes so that it kind of offsets and looks like it goes together instead of just being a bunch of stuff on a shelf. So there's that one. And then I've got this one up here. This is the one I'm not super dead set on. This one I'm actually really loving. I may add some different colors in there from something else because I feel like I have a cool and a warm situation happening and I didn't do it on purpose, but this may get switched around a little bit, but I am loving the layout of this. This one I'm not super sure about. I know I do want to leave that hanging plant there. I don't know that I want to keep it in that little tin. This is actually a really cool tin that I picked up. It's like a little Celtic tin. I just love it. It's so pretty. There was something about it. I was just like, I have to have it. I'll do something with it. Of course, I've got my peeing boy corkscrew. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've already seen him. So I'm going to play around with this. I love how it's coming together. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. This makes me so happy. So I just want to show you the reality of what's going on. I have all of my belongings currently on the floor, just trying to figure out what's going on. I got to decorate this area. My TV is up pretty high because this blocks it if it's too low, and also we had some issues with like finding a stud that didn't have electricity running through it also, so it's up there, but we're gonna work with it and see what we can do to kind of mask that. I may get one of those wire covers so that that's not as noticeable, and I'm gonna do some decorating of this top right here. As you guys can see, I have the same inventory setup. I've just brought it along with me and we're gonna make it work. But as you can see, it's all masked. You can't tell that it's inventory, so that is the main objective for me. I want to be able to put it in somewhere and not have to look at it, so it does still feel like a bedroom. I felt like this corner was missing something. I obviously didn't want to go out and buy like a plant or anything, and I already had this mirror, so I just went ahead and propped it up there. Also, you guys may recognize this is actually a rug that I got at the Goodwill bins, but it's a very thin, like woven rug. I actually put it there before my TV was mounted because it's got a texture that would keep it from falling over. I was just setting my TV there until we could get it mounted, but then I kind of fell in love with it on top of there. I think it kind of masks that the darkness of that wood, and I really like it as a runner, to be honest. So I just folded it in thirds and made it a runner. So, you know, get creative, my friends. All right, so I took that little hanging plant and I just kind of tucked it in behind the shelf and let it just be free flowing because I feel like that little tin was just too much. So now I got to figure out what to put there. I feel like I need some height on this side, like something a little taller to kind of balance everything out because we've got some height on this side. Now I need to bring it up this way. All right, so I went in my home decor box and I found this wine bottle that I've been holding on to. I think it looks really good next to the wine cork. That kind of brings that in, kind of gives it a little mate. I think I like this. I think I like it. I feel like I need some more brass on this one because I feel like that is just a lot of brass and then a tiny little bit of brass. Am I wrong? Is my too much gene kicking in? Is this good? I feel like something is missing. What is it? All right, so this is the final look of that little area. Still going to be collecting things. I think I'm going to end up putting like either some wicker baskets right there or just something to fill that little gap right there because it's kind of driving me nuts that it's a little empty. So I'm not sure what I'm going to hang there. Maybe something useful for my shipping supplies. Who knows? We'll get to that in a later date. Those two boxes are the only boxes I have left to unpack. It's just stuff that I don't know what to do with yet. I'm still trying to figure out ways to just like hide stuff in here because it is a little bit of a smaller bedroom. So we're gonna worry about you later. Don't haunt me in my dreams. All right, so this little area, oh, what am I stepping on? I got stuff in the floor. This little area right here, you guys kind of already saw with the mirror and the stacked little vintage suitcases and such. This stuff is stuff I need to re-photograph or photograph to go on Poshmark. I wanted to show you guys this little phone. It's actually from the 90s. I have had it forever and I couldn't remember where it was. And I was at my mom's house recently and she actually had it. So I'm really happy to bring that here and let it sit on my little, it's not a desk, but it's like my little shipping area. So I think it adds a nice little touch to that. I put my little Pisces cup to use with pens and markers and such. All right, so moving here under the TV, we have another of my cube shelves with inventory in it. This is all my home decor inventory, and that is all my clothing inventory, as well as some stuff in the closet. So on top here, we've just got some pictures, my little Snape wand that I got from Universal Studios, our little vase that we did. I just put some dried florals in it, or whatever you want to call that little plant, just because it's neutral, and I love that so much. I actually found that at a thrift store. I've got all my essential oils, a little trinket that a subscriber sent me. I've got my abalone shell with a Himalayan pink salt crystal and an amethyst crystal that someone gave me. It's very near and dear to my heart. I've got one of these little art mannequins and a Harry Potter book. I don't know where the other of my Harry Potter books are. I think they're in my car, so I gotta go find them and bring them in. Then I just put a bunch of I had a bunch of other books, and I still have some more books that I need to stack, but I thought it would be a cool like decor element to kind of stack them there since I don't really have storage for them. I thought they would just be cool on the floor. I've seen people do like whole walls of books, and I think that's a really cool look, so that's what I'm going for. But anyways, that's where they're staying for right now. So that's what it all looks like. I think it's coming together really well. Now I'm going to show you the other side where the nightstand and the bed are. Real quick before we get to that though, I want to show you kind of like my reseller setup and how I'm kind of disguising it to really look like it's not reseller stuff, but it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as noticeable. So again, I always take these cube shelves with me. They're so good for small spaces because you can hide inventory in them. You can get these little cubes come in all sorts of colors. I think at one point I will get some new cubes, just some more neutral color ones, to lighten it up because I'm not really feeling the black. But I love these cube storage shelves. You can get them at IKEA, Walmart, Target, a lot of places sell them. This little cabinet is actually a CD cabinet, and I picked it up at a thrift store a while ago, but I just keep some padded envelopes in there, keep some other shipping supplies in that little drawer, and then I've got my Rollo printer on top, which fits perfectly up there. I love that. You can see the labels just sit right there. That's a perfect spot for it. I keep my laptop there because the outlet's back there, and then I've got some more little shipping supplies, kind of just disguised with more decorative elements. So that's what we got. That's what I'm working with. You know, you got to do what you got to do in a small space. We're not all out here working with storage units and garages and all that. So I'm going to bring you to the closet, which is a absolute disaster. Have not gotten to this yet. It's semi-organized. Those are my clothes. Got my little accordion rack there. I have this rack of stuff. I need to organize this and figure this out. But for right now, I've got cleaning supplies, stuff I use for my reselling business, and my steamer. This shelf is probably going to house things that either need to be cleaned. This is definitely a shelf for like home decor items. On top, since I don't really have anywhere to put my jewelry box and my sunglasses, I'm probably going to use that as a personal shelf, but these two bottom shelves are definitely going to be utilized for reselling. As you can see, I've got some shipping supplies stacked up right here that I need to organize. I'm probably going to put boxes in that corner right there, so that needs to be reorganized, but that's the plan for that, so they're tucked away and I don't have to look at them all day. And then I've got this little shoe rack down here for shoe inventory for reselling specifically, and I'm going to utilize this little rack right here for hanging up some things when I run out of room in my cube storage. So I'm just using every inch of what I've got. Those are my personal shoes, those are reselling shoes. So like the bottom half of the closet is reselling, the top half is mine, which is nice. I really love this divided space. It's really utilizing the whole ceiling, which is good. So I'm really thankful for that. I've got bins of home decor and stuff like that, just personal stuff from when I had my own place. I can't let go of that stuff, so it's just in bins, and that is some stuff that I actually need to go through and either photograph and list or just get rid of. So yeah, that's what we're working with right now. Again, it's a smaller space, but you got to do what you got to do. The good thing about this is, yes, it is a little chaotic in there. It's organized chaos, but it's chaotic. But the good thing is I could just close the door and I don't got to look at it, which is good. And then we have all this space to just be beautiful and thrive in and whatnot. So alrighty, and last but certainly not least, we have the bed. This beautiful brass bed has been in my brother-in-law's family for so long. It's so old, but it is solid brass and it is beautiful. You can see it's got this marble detail on it. It's just stunning. I love it so much, and I'm so glad that I get to enjoy it for this season of life. Of course, I've got all my pillows, my pillow collection. You guys know I love pillows. I can't stop. I'm hoarding them at this point. I can't get enough of them. Does that mean I'm lonely? Probably, but mind your business. This quilt, you guys have seen the blue comforter that I've had forever. I thrifted it a while ago and I just wasn't feeling the darkness of it anymore, so I've been on the hunt for a comforter or quilt to replace it, just something to lighten it up. And my sister and I were at Salvation Army last weekend and we found this. It's not vintage, but it's made to look vintage. So it is just perfect. It has just enough touch of vintage detail on it with this eyelet doily kind of situation, but it's modern enough to where it doesn't look like something at your grandma's house. It is just beautiful. It really brightens up this space. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's almost dark outside, so this is what we got. But it is just beautiful. And guess how much I paid for it? Guess how much? $5. $5. My sister was like, if you don't buy it, I'm buying it. So of course I had to buy it. So then coming over here, we've got my little nightstand, my beautiful lamp. I will never get over that lampshade, that solid brass lamp. I'm obsessed. We've got my cute little ring holder right here, my journal. This little thing right here, again, keeping up with the theme of using rugs as tablecloths, that is actually a rug, but I just thought it added such a cute little touch to that table, little boho touch. I love the tassels, and the top of that table is not great, so I covered it up with a rug. Sue me. Then I've got my little 1957 piece of pottery right here. I decided to keep it. I just couldn't part with it. It was too cool. So I've got a little hanging fake plant, I kill everything, and my little vintage watering can right there on the windowsill. It just adds a little touch of pizzazz. Oh, I'm just obsessed. I guess this is the last part, actually. So I actually layered these two rugs. I've had this faux fur white rug forever. I used to take pictures on it. I'm not sure that it's staying. I just wanted to get something down just to kind of break up the carpeting in here. And I found this little rug at the bins the other day, and so I just decided to layer them. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Again, I'm not sure if that white one is going to stay there, but I do like this one. But it's just a little too small to be the only rug. You know what I mean? So I layered it. It's a work in progress, my friends. But here we are. Here's what it's looking like so far. Just a little, my mess, you know? I got to clean all that up. But anyways, real life, real talk. Here it is. It's really starting to come together, and I'm really liking this new light, kind of airy, but still vintage, boho kind of feel. I'm digging it. Alrighty, so that does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about how to set up inventory in a small space, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you. Lord knows I have got some experience in some small places with some inventory, so leave your questions down below. If you guys have any ideas for extra storage in small spaces, please leave that down below as well. I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our family. We would love to have you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.